Today, I'll show you how to manage files in Xero so you can keep your documents organized and easy to find. We'll walk through where to access your files, how to work with them, and how to link them to your transactions. Follow along on your own screen if you can, and feel free to pause between steps while you try things out. First, open your web browser and go to Xero.com. Log into your account as you normally would. Once you're signed in, you'll land on your Xero dashboard. This is the main overview page where you can see things like your bank accounts and recent activity. Now, look at the top left corner of the screen. You should see your organization's name. This is usually the business or entity you're working on in Xero. Click on that organization name to open a drop-down menu. This menu is where Xero keeps a lot of organization-wide options and settings, including access to your files. From that drop-down, click on the option labeled Files. This takes you into Xero's file library, which is like a central hub for all the documents you want to store in Xero. You might see folders, uploaded documents, or it may be empty if you're just starting out. Either way, this is where you'll manage everything. Inside the Files area, you can select any file to work with it. Click on a file once to highlight it. When you do, look for an icon with three dots, often called the More Options or Kebab menu. Click those three dots to see what you can do with that file. You'll see options such as rename and delete. Rename is useful if a file has a confusing or generic name and you want to make it more descriptive, for example, adding a date or a supplier name so it's easier to search later. Delete will remove the file from your main files area. Use delete carefully and only when you're sure you no longer need that document in Xero. You'll also notice options for adding the file to a new transaction. Look for Add to New, and when you click it, you'll see choices like Bill, Sales Invoice, Spend Money, or Received Money. This is how you turn a document, such as a supplier invoice or a receipt, into an actual transaction in Xero. Choose the type that matches what the document represents. For example, if it's a supplier bill, choose Bill. Xero will open a new transaction screen with the file attached, so you can enter the details and save it, keeping the document linked to that transaction. Another option you'll see is to archive the file. Archiving is handy when you don't want to delete a file, but you also don't need it in your main active list. Think of this as moving it out of your everyday view while still keeping it for reference or audit purposes. Finally, you can also click to upload files into your Xero Files inbox. Look for an upload option, then either drag and drop files from your computer or browse to select them. Once uploaded, those files will appear in your library, ready to be renamed, attached to transactions, archived, or otherwise managed, just like the others. That's the full process for managing files in Xero: accessing the files area, using the three-dot menu to rename or delete, attaching documents to new bills or invoices, archiving what you don't need every day, and uploading new documents into your inbox. With these tools, you can keep all your financial documents organized and connected to the right records in Xero.